This is the 56th video in a series dedicated to studying the 101 laws of the Success Mindset Code. In this video, we are going to explore the 56th law, the law of inspiring leadership. When we talk about inspiring leadership, we often think of big public figures, charismatic executives, or historical icons who led thousands. But the truth is that inspiring leadership begins much closer to home. It starts in your daily decisions, in your behaviors, and in how you show up when life becomes uncomfortable. This law teaches us that leadership is less about authority and much more about influence. And influence grows stronger when it is built on example. Think about your financial life, your journey to rebuild, expand, or reinvent your prosperity after years of responsibilities, disappointments, and lessons. At this stage of life, people around you do not respond to theory anymore. They respond to action, consistency, and integrity. To inspire, you must become someone that others naturally want to follow, not because you demand obedience, but because your presence radiates clarity and confidence. Inspiring leadership reveals itself most clearly in moments of pressure. Anyone can look strong when everything is going well, but real leaders show their value when storms arrive. When you are facing debt, reorganizing your budget, or learning about investments later in life, others around you watch how you behave. Do you panic and blame the world, or do you breathe deeply, analyze, and continue moving forward? Your response becomes a model. Even if you are not managing a team at work, you are influencing your family, your spouse, your children, your friends, and even your own subconscious mind. An uninspired internal voice becomes a barrier. A leader who encourages action, even internally, unlocks new possibilities. Consider an example. Michael had dreams of growing his business, but instead of giving empty speeches to his employees, he embodied the mission. He showed discipline by arriving early, organization by planning ahead, and empathy by listening to concerns without judgment. His behavior told a story louder than his words. His team did not need motivational posters. They needed to see someone living the mission. This is inspiring leadership, the ability to influence through behavior. As a result, productivity increased, motivation rose, and a culture of progress emerged. When a leader leads by example, the environment naturally adapts. Now imagine the opposite. Emma, a manager who delegated tasks but avoided responsibility when problems surfaced. She demanded perfection but offered no guidance. She wanted loyalty without demonstrating commitment. Slowly, her team lost faith. Without an example, they had no north. Words without action become noise. This also applies to your financial reality. If you say you want prosperity but keep habits of scarcity, your subconscious stops believing you. And when you don't believe yourself, transformation becomes impossible. To practice inspiring leadership in your personal financial journey, first ask yourself if your actions reflect your desired outcomes. If you expect discipline from others, demonstrate discipline with your money. If you desire respect, practice respect in negotiations, payments, and financial agreements. Second, develop empathy. Understand that everyone faces a different battle. Many challenges in adulthood come with emotional weight. When you lead with empathy, you create space for learning instead of fear. Third, build a clear vision. Financial prosperity requires direction. Without a clear objective, you'll drift. A leader with a vision lives with purpose. Fourth, nurture resilience. On the road to financial growth, you will encounter setbacks, market fluctuations, unexpected expenses, business difficulties. But setbacks do not define failure. They define character. When you demonstrate resilience, you inspire confidence in everyone watching your journey. including the parts of your mind still afraid to act. Finally, maintain consistent motivation. Celebrate small accomplishments. Pay off a debt? Celebrate. Increase savings? Celebrate. Find a cheaper alternative to a recurring expense? Celebrate. Small wins create psychological momentum. Inspiring leadership transforms environments, whether at work or at home. When someone around you sees you fighting with dignity, courage, and strategy, they absorb that energy. Remember, prosperity after years of life experience is not just about numbers. It is about the mental framework behind decisions. Inspiring leadership aligns mindset with behavior. The way you lead yourself determines the opportunities you attract. Many people believe that leadership is external, but it begins internally. The strongest leaders can guide their own impulses before guiding others. Discipline becomes influence. Consistency becomes respect. When you say you will do something and you actually follow through, you redefine what is possible. Ask yourself powerful questions. Are your habits aligned with your goals, or are they contradicting them? Do you take responsibility when mistakes happen, or do you search for excuses? How do you respond when unexpected expenses appear? Your reactions teach your subconscious how to behave. Inspiring leadership is a subconscious recalibration. When you choose calm over chaos, strategy over panic, responsibility over blame, you strengthen your financial identity. Also, be transparent about mistakes. Shame blocks growth. Admitting your errors allows others to learn from them and reduces internal resistance. Authenticity makes leadership believable. People follow leaders who are real. Do not try to appear perfect. Perfection intimidates. Growth inspires. Continue learning. Read, study. Watch educational videos. Ask mentors for advice. The leader who stops learning becomes a danger to himself. The leader who remains curious becomes unstoppable. Celebrate victories, big or small. Many adults ignore progress because it feels slow, but progress compounds. The leader who recognizes growth creates an environment of motivation. You also shape culture through feedback. Provide constructive feedback at work and accept feedback at home. This builds trust. Inspiring leadership is rooted in honesty. And always remember, leadership is not about control. It is about influence. Influence moves hearts. Hearts move action. When you lead with example, something powerful happens. People trust you. And when trust appears, financial opportunities emerge. Clients follow leaders. Partners invest in leaders. Even your children learn financial intelligence from leaders. If you want your financial life to evolve, you must live your values consistently. Leadership with heart is leadership that transforms. The law of inspiring leadership reminds us that true leaders act first. They face the storm, shine light, and show that adversity is just a chapter. Prosperity after decades of life is absolutely possible, but to reach it, you must become the example. Live the values you preach. Embody the mission you dream of. Inspire through action. When your actions speak louder than your excuses, prosperity listens. Like what you saw? Then don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe with the bell on so you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. And there's more. Your financial journey doesn't end here. Check out the link below in the first pinned comment and keep moving forward.